Okay, so if you are on J3, adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, remember that you have to make sure both fractions have the same denominator. So your first option would be to use this model here. This is a little different than what we did in class. So you can see here we have a little block that represents 1/10, and then we have these bigger blocks that represent 1/5. Our first option would be to figure out how many 1/10 blocks make up a 1/5. We can see here that it would take two of these little purple 1/10 blocks to make up one big 1/5 block. So if I was going to construct all of these 1/5 blocks out of these 1/10 blocks, then I would have 8 of them. So this would really be like 1/10 plus 8/10, and then you would add that way. Your other option is to use the 4 square method that we practiced in class last week. This method would look like this. We draw our 4 squares. Sorry, it's a little squiggly. Let me make this a little smaller. Remember, in our first square, all we do is just rewrite our problem. We have 1/10 plus 4/5. In our second box, we need to find the LCM of 10 and 5. So for 10, we're going to start listing multiples of 10 and 5. 10, 20, 30, etc. I'm not going to go further because I have a hunch I won't need to. Listing multiples of 5. I have 5, 10. I can stop here because 10 is going to be my smallest. Oops, I covered those one. Okay. Now that I have the LCM, I need to convert both of my fractions so that they are out of 10. I don't have to do anything to 1/10. It is already out of 10. So I need to use a giant 1 to create a fraction out of 10 here. My giant 1, 5 times 2 would give me 10. So my giant 1 is going to be 2 over 2. I multiply it. Oops, this is supposed to be times. Sorry, this should be erased here. This should be multiplied. That's a dot, sort of. 4 times 2 gives us 8. Now I have both of my fractions that are out of 10. I have a common denominator. So now I can just add 1/10 plus 8/10. I change 4/5 into 8/10. And then I just add. 1 plus 8 is 9. My denominator does not change, so my final answer is 9/10. When I'm entering this in on IXL, I just write my numerator and then I use a slash. There you go.